When I think about climate change related claims, I kind of think of two particular drivers. One is clearly climate change litigation. These are very interesting line of cases that are mainly filed by towns and municipalities against the major oil and gas manufacturers. And they're really alleging that their products caused greenhouse gas emissions that may have damaged infrastructure or other property of the plaintiffs. And we're going to be watching these very closely to see how those develop. Right now, they're in their early stages as far as what court should they be in, state or federal court, and we'll have to see where that ends up. But they are really going to be the driver to see, do companies have exposure, have liability for their products that may emit greenhouse gases or somehow impact the environment, and are they ultimately responsible for that? The second track of claims that we're seeing that are climate change related, but maybe not clearly identified as such, is really the increased volume of claims. It could be from flooding or wildfires or any type of enhanced weather event that is leading to additional property damage, bodily injury. It could be a lawsuit, it could be a first-party claim, and that is something that may not be clearly labeled climate change, but is going to impact us as far as claims volatility and volume going forward. One interesting angle is really the impact that the media has had on claims. We're seeing with natural disasters now, from weather-related events to train derailments, that the media is really focused on these, and it's stayed on the front pages for days and months and weeks after these events. And that can only lead to additional claim activity and volatility. Climate justice is another avenue that we're looking at, and it's very much related to social justice. And the issue is that there are, in minority communities, oftentimes industrial activities. And for one example is like a coal-fired power plant in a minority or low-income area. And that often may lead a jury to be predisposed to certain thinking before the claim is even litigated, or how the merits have a chance to be heard. Businesses need to be mindful of environmental risk in their planning going forward. Right now, we need to think about wildfires where they didn't previously happen, flooding in non-flood zones, and businesses need to think ahead and think that what could happen that maybe wouldn't have been expected to happen 20 years in the past. And having emergency response plans, thinking through these issues, allocating capital to manage through these events should they happen, is really helpful. The insurance sector is being supportive to companies thinking through climate change risk because we're in the forefront and have a unique perspective in thinking through and managing this risk going forward. And it's something that we are sharing with the marketplace and with our insureds. From a claims perspective, we are helping our underwriting team think through climate change risk by providing feedback on claims activity that we're seeing, as well as any changes in the regulatory framework so that they can use those tools to help our insureds mitigate risk.